What if your favorite store-bought mashed potatoes are a lie? You reach for them, thinking you're getting real butter and fresh potatoes. But many brands load them with fake flavors and cheap oils. This isn't just about taste, it's about what you're feeding your family. We found 6 big brands you need to toss out, starting with Lamb Weston. And we found 3 delicious ones that use real butter you'll love. Look, we get it. Grabbing a tub of ready-made mashed potatoes saves a ton of time. When you're busy, peeling and boiling potatoes is the last thing you want to do. It's a simple solution for a quick dinner side. But here's the problem, what's actually in that container? You might expect simple stuff like potatoes, milk, butter, and salt. Instead, many brands are packed with things you'd never use at home, like cheap vegetable oils instead of real butter, powdered potato flakes, and a whole list of preservatives to make them last longer on the shelf. It's almost impossible to tell the good from the bad just by looking at the package. So we did the digging for you. We're counting down the 6 worst brands you should never buy again. Then, we'll reveal the top 3 that are actually worth your money, made with real ingredients you can trust. Number 1, Bob Evans. Original mashed potatoes. Kicking things off with a brand that actually gets it right. In a side-by-side taste test, what made Bob Evans stand out was its incredible texture. It's really thick and creamy, but still perfectly smooth with 0 lumps. You can even see little flecks of black pepper and bits of potato skin, which gives it that authentic, homemade look without feeling gritty. Now, the flavor right out of the container is a bit mild. It doesn't have a huge buttery taste and could probably use a little more salt. But here's the thing, that's actually its biggest strength. It acts as the perfect blank canvas. Because it's not overpowering, you can easily add your own butter and seasonings to make it taste exactly how your family likes it. It's a fantastic, reliable base for any quick meal. Number 2, Hormel Homestyle Mashed Potatoes. The name Homestyle sounds comforting, but a quick look at the label tells a very different story. This is a perfect example of a product you'll want to leave on the shelf. The second ingredient right after potatoes isn't butter, it's margarine. That means the fat in here is mostly soybean and hydrogenated cottonseed oil. Real butter is way down on the list, after the salt. To make up for the lack of real ingredients, Hormel adds a whole list of chemicals. We're talking MSG for flavor, titanium dioxide to make them look whiter, and vague artificial flavors. It's not home style, it's a highly processed food designed to imitate the real thing. But as disappointing as that is, the next brand we're covering is even worse. Number 3, Reese's Main Street Bistro Mashed Potatoes. This brand takes a different but just as troubling approach. Instead of focusing on fake fats, Reese's primary goal seems to be giving their potatoes an unnaturally long life in the refrigerator. To do that, they rely on a list of chemical preservatives like potassium sorbate. That's an additive used for one reason: to stop mold and yeast from growing. It has nothing to do with taste and everything to do with shelf life. And you can often feel the results. Many people find these potatoes have a strange, gluey consistency that you'd never get from a real potato. It's the classic sign of a food that's been heavily processed in a factory to survive for weeks. But after all this bad news, let's talk about a brand that actually gets it right. Number 4, Simply Potatoes. Traditional mashed potatoes. Finally, a brand that lives up to its name by keeping things refreshingly simple. When you look at their ingredient list, you won't find a bunch of chemical preservatives or weird starches designed to extend shelf life. Instead, the label reads like a recipe you'd use at home. Real potatoes, milk, butter, and salt. They don't need to use additives like disodium pyrophosphate, a chemical whose only job is to stop the potatoes from looking gray. Simply Potatoes trust that real ingredients are enough. The result is a creamy, authentic flavor that actually tastes like potatoes, not like something made in a lab. It's a solid, trustworthy choice. But the next brand we're looking at might be even better. Number 5. Great value mashed potatoes. You might expect Walmart's house brand to be a home run for your wallet. And while the price is certainly low, this is a perfect example of getting exactly what you pay for. With many store brands, you're forced to make a trade-off. One might have a decent buttery flavor, but the texture is lumpy and watery. Another might be perfectly smooth, but it tastes like bland potato paste with no real richness. You're never really getting the best of both worlds. The main goal is to hit a low price, not to deliver a high-quality product made with real ingredients. It's a compromise that shows up in the taste and texture every single time. It's disappointing, but common for store brands. But when a major national brand does the exact same thing, it's even worse. Number 6. Kroger Home-Style Mashed Potatoes. While many store brands cut corners to lower the price, Kroger is a fantastic exception. This is one that actually lives up to the name home style. They have a strong, buttery flavor with a nice kick of black pepper. One taste tester even said they could actually taste the milk, a clear sign of real dairy ingredients, not just powders and chemicals. And while the texture might be a little lumpy for some people, the flavor is what really shines. In fact, a review in Business Insider called it the best tasting option they tried, saying they'd be happy to buy it again. It's a solid, delicious choice when you're in a pinch. It's great to see a store brand deliver this kind of quality. But not every big-name brand in the freezer aisle is this honest. Number 7. Bob Evans. Tasteful sides buttery mashed potatoes. And speaking of big-name brands, Bob Evans is back on our list. This time for their buttery variety. So what makes this one stand out? It's all about the texture. A review in Business Insider called it incredibly thick but still smooth, with absolutely no lumps. It's the kind of perfect consistency that's really hard to get right at home, let alone from a package. Now, when it comes to flavor, it's actually pretty mild. The black pepper comes through, but it's not overwhelmingly buttery on its own. But that's exactly why it makes our list. It gives you a flawless, high-quality base that you can customize. It's incredibly easy to stir in your own butter and salt to make it taste exactly how you want. It's a fantastic starting point for a perfect side dish. But some brands don't even give you a good place to start, as you're about to see. Number 8. Trader Joe's Mashed Potatoes. You'd think a brand as popular as Trader Joe's would have a cult favorite mashed potato. But here's the strange thing. They're almost impossible to find in any major taste tests. When food critics from Business Insider reviewed all the top brands, they looked at Bob Evans and Kroger. But Trader Joe's was nowhere to be found. In fact, one pre-Thanksgiving review specifically said, quote, "Sorry, Trader Joe's," and left their frozen version out completely. So, what does that tell us? When a product is this consistently ignored by the experts, it usually means it's just not memorable enough to even make the list. It's a clear sign that you should probably just walk on by. But while this brand is a mystery, our next one is a total disaster. Number 9. Whole Foods Market Mashed Potatoes. You walk into Whole Foods expecting the best, and you definitely pay for it. But when it comes to their mashed potatoes, you're paying a premium price for a complete mystery. Here's the issue. Because they're prepared right in the store, they're almost never included in national taste tests. You won't see them ranked against brands like Bob Evans or Kroger, so you have absolutely no idea how they stack up. Even the highest rated brands often force you to choose between good flavor or good texture. So why would you gamble on the most expensive option when it could be just as disappointing? It's a total disaster for your wallet. But paying too much is one thing. The next brand we're looking at is hiding something much worse. We started by asking if your favorite store-bought mashed potatoes were a lie, and for many brands, the answer was a clear yes. We exposed the 6 that are packed with cheap oils and fake flavors, showing you exactly what to toss out. It's about more than just taste. It's about what you're feeding your family. Now, you know the real story behind these convenience foods.